how to create the Asian sweep session during the longer session. All right. Now, on 4 hour time frame, we were trending downward, which was a bearish market structure, right? Now, this point here was when we changed structure, and we'll mark out our supply zone at this point. Market gave a BOS here. Our supply zone is at this point. Now, price, we're expecting price to push back into this point here, and to stay back. But waiting for our setup to happen, since this is a higher time frame, as an intraday trader, you're supposed to trade when you see a setup in the market, right? It's not like you're supposed to be trading every time, all the time in the market, but when you see a setup in the market. Now, I have seen the trend of the market on the higher time frame were bearish, right? Now, I'll go over to my lower time frame and look for a bearish opportunity in the market where I can possibly sell. I won't be buying the market because the higher time frame is saying we should sell, right? But we're waiting for price to get into the supply point here before we start selling off. Other than that, this is how I trade the Asian session if it happens, right, during this time. Now, on the 5-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame of something like this. Yeah. Now I'll put on my indicator, right? This is my indicator. In case you don't have it, this is a session by Cyber, right? And this is my setup. These are my setup. These are my setup for my indicator. So you can screenshot that and maybe later on do that on your own. So the token session is also known as the Asian session. Now this is the start of the Asian session, right? Now if you take a look at this one here, this is Asian session, London session, and this is the New York session. And remember, on the 4-hour time frame, we are bearish, right? So on the 5-minute time frame, where I look at my trade, I want to see a bearish opportunity in the market, even though we're still waiting for price to pull back into the supply zone on the 4-hour time frame. Now, this is what I would do. Already, I'm using a play tool for this. All right, this was how I got into the setup. So I'll just play it manually now. We're waiting for the session, the range to complete. All right. Normally the range takes 4 hours to complete. My setup for the indicator. So take a look at this point. The Asian range completed at this second to the present bearish candle here. Right, this was where the Asian session completed. Now we'll just wait for the break, right? That was the breakup structure. Now, Asian low have been swept. When Asian low is being swept in the market, this is what I want to see price doing. I want to see an engulf pattern forming. Now, let's say, for instance, this is the Asian range. This is the Asian range, right? At this point here, let's say price was inside here doing this thing, kind of consolidating, because the Asian section is where price consolidate. All right. Now, immediately price swept the low of the Asian section, swept the liquidity. This is what I want to see happen next in the market before I get into the trade. I want to see when it's swept back down, right? When it breaks below the liquidity, I want to see price retrace back up a little bit, then engulfs that retracement back up, right? When price use a bearish candle to engulf this bullish candle back up, right? That is how I want to be getting into the market. Yeah, something like this point. I want to be getting into the market at this point, and, kind of set my trade with a 1 to 2, right? 1 to 3. So let's see if we see that in the Asian session. All right. So when price broke below, swept the Asian session. Now this was the drop of the candle, right? Now it's retracing back a little bit. I want to see price sweep below or use an engulfing candle to break below this little bit of retracement is doing now, right? So I'll play the retracement. Okay, now it's pushing back down. Okay, all right. Now I'll go over to the formula to see if that got engulfs completely. Okay, look at it here. When price breaks below the Asian low and kind of went back up a little bit, now it engulfs with this bearish candle that has been formed here. All right, so I will enter this trade at this point. And my stop loss will just be set there. And maybe okay, let's see on telling how I will set my profit. Now I can target this previous low that was created during the previous day of the London session, or I can target this imbalance here, whichever one. Let's just go for 1 to 2, right? Let's go for 1 to 2 and see what later happens. Okay, now this is the start of the London session. You can see we hit take profit. So this is how to trade the Asian sweep of liquidity. All right, this is a high probability setup. Just first thing, you need to understand the trend of the market. After understanding the trend of the market, then during the open of the day, usually start with the Asian session, right? This was the Asian range, and kind of if you see a sweep below, then the next thing you should do is wait for the engulfing pattern to form. Right, when it engulfs below, then you can execute your trade. All right, see you guys on the next video.